Tools that you will need for your Wig Buddy sew-in. A grip band, the Wig Buddy, a wig, lace wig, that is a lace frontal, all your tools that you use for a sewing, one net, some thread, and your needles. First things first, let's prepare the wig so that it is comfortable to wear. We are not going to be using the elastic. Anything metal against the scalp can be damaging, so do not save the elastic because it has these metal hooks. The next, we are also going to be removing this strand. It has metal on it. I place the wig on my doll head so that it's easier for me to hold on to it. Just remove these combs. Once you get to the corner, get in there. It's easy. Here's the first comb. Just kind of hold it in place. I'm only doing that on the doll head. Obviously, you don't pin a real person. If you have a real person with you, have her hold it for you. But if you're preparing this on a doll head, then you can pin it so it doesn't move around. That's step one. We're not going to be cutting the lace until we actually sew the unit in so that we can see exactly where it's going to fall. So now I want to prepare the customer's scalp. Obviously, we have already prepared the cornrows. As you can see, I prepared this model to show the average hair loss for women today have 1 to 2 inches of hair loss in the hairline and around the perimeter. We're going to be applying the grip band. As you can see, the grip band has the little slopes, just like the original Wig Buddy. Those go around the ear. We're going to be bringing it in. And see, the grip band doesn't have to go in the front. That's what the Wig Buddy does. What the grip band is for is to help the Wig Buddy stay down. I'm going to go ahead and firm this up by sewing it together. Whenever you have extra thread, I do not recommend that you say, hey, I have extra thread, I'm going to go upward and start sewing. The problem with sewing upward is that you will get bulk. So you want to make sure that you start a new needle, start at the top, attach it to that lace up there. Now remember, you don't have to attach anything at the front. You're okay. So you don't have to worry if whether her braids are more forward. Say she had extra hair up there. even if you braided it from here, you wouldn't be putting the grip band way up in the front. You would still be putting it around this area so that it falls right behind the ear, giving her space for the Wig Buddy and as well as for her styles and everything. Okay, let's keep going. Don't get too close to the edge. Look what I just did. I wasn't looking, I was thinking about something else, and so I tore a little bit of the edge here. So get in at least a good 1/4 inch. Trim off some of this. So you can always customize for it to fit better. I noticed that I sewed this one a little too far to the left. It's okay. I'm just gonna go in and kind of customize this so that this black is not in the way. You need that little extra space here. I'll customize it a little bit more. Now let's go ahead and add the net. Again, we're going to start at the top and just go all the way around the back of the perimeter of this grip band that we have sewn in. I've tried to do them both at the same time to save time, but I kind of made a mess. So yeah, so I like it better doing it separately. Now, if you have the patience to sit there and try to do both at the same time to save time, you know, have at it. See which one works best for you. This is the kind of net that has a hole at the end of it, so we're just closing it down. Just make sure it's not going to unravel. And now we're just going to remove the remainder of the net for less bulk. for those of you who do not have any hair at all underneath this grip band, you are welcome to use a double-sided tape tab, and that will keep it in place even longer. If you're going to use tape tabs, make sure that there is no hair under there, A, and B, make sure that your scalp is clean. These tape tabs come with a curve, so you want to make sure that the curve is congruent with the curve of the grip band. So we're going to press on this tape tab and just kind of make sure it's on real good. Then undo the tabs. Okay, this is going to go right on that tape tab. Again, remember that is for those of you who do not have any hair there. Or if you have 3 or 4 little strands, go ahead and just shave it off. Take your little razor blade and just remove the 2-3 little hairs that are there. But if you have a lot of hair there, keep it in the braids. Okay, we're gonna do this here, side next. Remember, the curve goes around the curve of the grip band. So we're gonna go ahead and put it right here, right next to those braids. Let's go ahead and boom, boom. Again, only if you do not have any hair there. I find that Ghost Bond works really well with lace, the lace that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and do this section. Take a blow dryer. Make sure that it's nice and flat. It's not like all bulky. Keep your alcohol and cloth nearby so you can wipe off any stickiness. If you are using the Ghost Bond, make sure it's completely dry before attaching the Wig Buddy. Usually the elastic is supposed to be only to here, but when I did the elastic to here, then packaging them didn't work. So I had to extend the elastic a little. And I'll show you what to do with the extra elastic, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and bring it in from back to front. Make sure that it's even, and you can tie this to the front in a bow. Okay. Take a look all around, making sure that both sides are even. I didn't do that with the grip band, and I ended up making it a little uneven. So I want to make sure for sure that I make this even. Another way to check is to go to the back and make sure that it's following the same. Now we're going to do what we did with the grip band. Just before you sew it, double check. Double check. Okay. Go ahead and sew this on here. Again, they usually are made to fit the size, but because of the design is different, I had to give it that extra elastic so that they can fold. Okay. So we've got that side. Let's do this side. There we go. I want to make 100% sure that it is even on both sides. Okay. So then let's go ahead and sew on the Wig Buddy from top to bottom. So this Wig Buddy reaches to the tips of those braids, but if it didn't, then you would just be sewing on the net. Okay, but this, I have some braids here, so I'll be sewing on that. That is where the lace is from the grip band, so that's nice too. Make sure that you grab some of that lace so it's not just the braid holding onto it. Okay. Some of you wonder, I'm sure, why I use that green. I use that green so that you can see what you're sewing onto, because sometimes there's too much black going on, black color, and the dark of the grip band gets a little confusing. So I like to put the green so you can see it's there and you know what you're sewing through. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to stop right here. I always teach my students what you do to one side, do to the other. So we're going to stop here so that we can make sure that the other side is going to be just as sewn down and protected. Because if you work on only one side, you are going to shift it, okay? And we don't want to shift it. Start at the top again and work our way down from the grip band. And onto the braids. Go ahead and bring the corners down. You don't want those popping up, right? Keep working down. If I call these the slits, so if you need to close the slits, if it's a little loose, go ahead and close these slits. Every customer is different. Sometimes you don't have to close the slits because it fits them perfectly, but sometimes it would be better if you do close the slits, it'll fit better. Now where both have reached, both sides are the same. So then we can go ahead and close this. I call it the large slit. I want to customize it so that it could really fit her like a glove. Since we're going to be closing this slit, I want to make sure that I protect her edges. I don't poke on her. I just kind of bring this on top of the grip band. And we're going to go ahead and just close this slit. Now, if she doesn't need it, don't do it. But if it's still a little loose there, then that's great. Close that slit. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I was sewing through the large holes. You don't have to go through the little holes. The only time I go through these little holes are when I'm at a corner. So you can close it and they can line up evenly, see, at the corner. But other than that, I always go through the big holes. I'm gonna work my way up here and go ahead and close this slit since I'm here. Same thing. I'm only gonna go through the little holes at the corner. You can do the big holes. You can go through the big, see, big, when you are not at a corner. Okay. I'm out of thread here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it over here to remove it. So let's get this grip band in here. Since it's nice and firm on the other side, it's starting to be a little difficult to get this in here, but you can do it. All right. Make sure that you adjust this so it is where you want it to be. So let's go ahead and close up this slit, the large slit. I'm gonna go to the corner again here. Only going through the small squares when I'm at the corner, okay? Going through the large squares the rest of the time. With the combination of your ghost bond, if you are balding up here, the combination of the ghost bond and the tape, you know, this thing is not moving. So let's go ahead and close up the back. Just make sure it is aligned where it's going to be comfortable. Now I want this up a little higher, so guess what? This part is gonna go bye-bye. Be careful, don't poke your customer. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove that part. We don't want that hanging out of there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to my next section. Bring in that needle and thread. There's a little slit here that I do want to close. This is one of the reasons why I like that green. You see how I can get in there through that green? And I'm going to be attaching that grip band onto the Wig Buddy. If it's too hard on your fingers, you can use a needle nose pliers for hair extensions. But our fingers are so strong from all the weaving, we usually don't need that. But it's nice to have, just in case there's an area. So now I've attached it to the grip band. I'll go ahead and continue sewing the back of the Wig Buddy. Again, the only time I go through a small square is when it's a corner. Other than that, I'm going through the large square. We're here at a slit. If you need to close the slit, close it so it gets be nice and customized. Continue. As you're going down, and you can close those slits. That's also molding it onto your customer.